Hey all, this is Alex from Potato Squared, and today we've brought you a tutorial about horses, mounted units of all kinds. And so I'm going to go through that for you really quick.
We'll kill 'em all! Today we have the chance to die for our people, for the glory of our home.
We have discovered the enemy's
Yeah,
hidden
I just
units.
knew his units happened to be back here because he was trying to trick me, so I'm going to destroy his Gallic Hunters real quick.
Royal Horsemen! Riding! Ah!
I'm going to utterly destroy his unit right here with heavy, very heavy melee cavalry. Alright, now besides that, let's get back to the real video. I just had to deal with that real quick because he was being a silly person. Alright, now, in all seriousness, if you could stop firing artillery before I even get through the intro.
Armored lancers.
Alright. It's been quite a silly beginning. Alright, so in all seriousness, I'm going to talk to you today about horse archers, shock cavalry, and then melee cavalry. It appears the melee cavalry has already finished off the Gallic Hunters, so I'm going to bring them back. Alright, so this is what we're going to talk about. First we're going to start off with the horse archers. Horse archers are, well, archers on horses, needless to say. Quite obvious. They are much faster than what would be foot archers because of course they're on horses, and although they, as a general basis, they do less damage because, I mean, no one is more accurate on a horse than by foot because you're moving very quickly. So in general, horse archers are not as accurate. And also, they generally are moving when they fire on a unit. So for instance, they'll just keep running while they fire and then like turn around and go for another run. Horse archers generally also have different types of ammo, like flaming shot, which I already talked about, and then heavy shot, which does more damage but loss of range and accuracy. So like these units are just standing here and I'm lighting them up. And also horse archers generally don't have as much ammo as normal archers do. They generally have the ammo of like maybe light peltists by comparison, but they are still a very effective unit, and I like to use horse archers. Now I'm using Royal Scythian horse archers, but normally I like to use Tarentines because they're quite good. Yeah, so I'm just going ahead and utterly destroying this melee cavalry real quick just to exemplify how effective these archers are at wiping them out. And this is the lowest archer unit in Royal Scythia's ranks, and they're still utterly destroying this light horse. I believe I just wiped out the entire unit. Oh well. One of them survived. Nope. Just got him. Wiped out the entire unit. Alright, so I apologize for my patchy voice. Alright, so that's horse archers. One special ability of Royal Scythia specifically, which is a DLC, so only like Royal Scythia would be able to do this with their archers. But they can form a Cantabaran circle, which makes them harder to hit from missile fire. And it also increases their reload skill.
Ready for battle!
So yeah, just like with normal archers, you can toggle whether or not you want them on skirmish or fire at will. You can also, if now,
Run, curse you!
to be honest, there should be no reason ever to do so, but if you ever feel like taking your horse archers off of their horses, there is the ability to do that, and then you can toggle whether or not you want them on horse. Now, I have no idea why you would ever take them off of their horseback, but I mean, that's not, I don't know.
Dismount!
Yeah, so like I just did right there, you can take them off their horses
Warriors, move out!
Line them up. They're just as effective as far as archery goes, but they, of course, don't have the mobility that they did before. Yeah, and that goes with all horses. You can always remount them and dismount. Alright, besides that, let's go on to shock cavalry. Shock cavalry are they're built to go up against infantry. They're built again to go up against foot units, whereas melee cavalry are often used against other cavalry. Shock cavalry are more focused toward, of course, well, like I just said, infantry. So I'm going to show that off real quick by going up against these Celtic warriors.
Armored lances! Make the kill! Ready!
I would like it if they don't receive archer fire yet, because I'm trying to exemplify how, like you can see, these units are just dropping instantly. They're all losing decisively and have all lost a quarter of their men almost in the first wave alone. Actually a third. 40 men, yeah, third. Just in the first initial seconds of impact. And this is also against heavy melee infantry when this happened, when this assault happened. So it's not like my cavalry is infinitely better than theirs. Theirs. I'm sorry, I can't speak right now. Just not as awake as before. So yes, so this cavalry is actually starting to lose, because once they lose their initial momentum, they start deteriorating a little bit, and this one's also going up against two different Celtic warriors at the same time. So shock cavalry is often best used in hit and run tactics. They're not as effective in a sustained fight. So yeah, that's shock cavalry, and we already covered horse cavalry, and as far as their usefulness goes. So I'm just going to move these guys over to the Hill of Banishment. If you've noticed, we've used the exact same map on every tutorial. The map may not always be the same. It may be desert. I mean, circumstances change. So there is that to be considered. Alright, so lastly is melee cavalry. They're not as good against, for instance, like spearmen, but in general against other cavalry they would be far more effective. Unfortunately, all of his cavalry has already been killed. All of my colleagues' cavalry has already been killed. So you'll just have to take my word on it. But I would like to exemplify how they do against other units.
Charge! Warriors, ready! Ready! Charge! Warriors, ready!
The initial assault always does the most damage, and now they're actually steady. Shaken, losing decisively, combat even, winning. Oh wait, that's me. Winning decisively, losing decisively, losing decisively. Yeah, well, these guys are actually all losing decisively, but that's kind of fitting considering they already took that other hit. But you can see they didn't lose nearly as many men in the initial assault as they did with the shock cavalry. Like, they were already around 80 men or so. So let that be known. Oh wait, no, I am mistaken. I apologize, I'm mistaken. That was actually the other unit. These guys are fresh. They've lost just about as much.
Mount the death!
You know, so you can see their spearmen are breaking. But also these levy spearmen They're not nearly as good as the melee units because they're actually only medium spear infantry. I'm sorry that I can't give a better example of what I'm talking about, but as far as the stats go, you can always look at the stats if you don't believe me, because they list all the stats and the effectiveness against other units and stuff. You can look all of this up and it'll tell you about it.
We'll kill them all! Royal Horseman!
Pack charge!
Yeah, so he unleashed a special unit against me known as War Dogs,
Mounted warriors!
and I am combating that with my melee cavalry because he's trying to
Royal horsemen!
screw with me a little bit. Not that it worked very well in his favor. Completely and utterly wiped out his War Dog unit. I apologize for my stuttering with all the uhs, because it's just me thinking and my mouth not being able to catch up. I'll try as best I can to work that out of the video, because I know you guys don't want to hear me just stuttering, I figure that probably gets annoying, so I thought I'd say that.
Kill! Kill! Kill!
Also, I'm going to pursue every last man in his war dogs unit. None shall escape. And that was quite quick in the cleanup.
Royal Horseman! Our horses love blood!
Yeah, so I figured I'd just troll around at this point. Alright, well anyway, all of my tutorial part is done. I'm going to finish up this battle and have a little bit of fun, because I'm pretty tired right now. I'm sorry for not being as professional in this video, but I hope my information still got across about the difference between melee, shock, and archer cavalry. It's very similar to the way foot cavalry works. But as I discussed in earlier videos, they're cavalry as a whole are especially vulnerable to pikemen and spearmen, but pikemen specifically. Swordsmen are generally weaker against cavalry, and archer cavalry is some of the best cavalry you'll find. Thank you all for watching. This has been Alex. Please feel free to like, favorite, even subscribe if you're feeling generous. And just please know that it is very much appreciated, any help you can give us. We have a survey up to try to get feedback on our videos, but the content as well as the technical aspect. And we'd really like if you'd comment on either or both, because it helps us make better videos for you, and it also helps us in another way in that we're doing that, not just doing this for our health. There is a feedback aspect that we need to get from our audience, and so anyone that gives us that feedback would be very appreciated, and we'll try to listen to the comments and the survey or the suggestions and improve our videos in ways that you guys would
The
like.
men are wavering.
So thank you once again, and this has been Alex for Potato Squared. See you soon.